Hi, this is Divya from SNS College of Technology, belong to the Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. We are going to discuss about essence of Indian traditional knowledge. In that Unit 1, Ancient Indian State Policy. Belonging to this, we are going to see about the Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers or ministers are the advisors have been regarded by ancient Indian political thinkers as very vital organ of the body politic. Mahabharata observed at one place that the king is vitally dependent upon ministers as animals are upon clouds, Brahmins are on the Vedas, and women upon their husband. Manusmriti point out that even a simple thing appears as difficult if one is to do it in single-handed. When they attempt to run the complex machinery of the administration without the assistance of minister. The size of this Mantri Prasad or the Council of Ministers varied, and on the authorities suggested figures ranging from 7 to 37. These are the counts of Ministers. It seems that the body was divided into two parts, Mantrina and Mantri Prasad. Mantri Prasad was the large body resembling a modern council of ministers. It consisted of all the ministers. And Mantrina was a smaller body or a core organization within the Mantri Prasad, largely resembling the modern cabinet. It includes the few most important ministers like Prohita, Senatipati, and Yuvaraja. Prohita is a priest who will give who can give some advice to the kings, and Senatipati is the supreme commander of army, and Yuvaraja is the crown prince. And R.C. Manjumda has compared the Mauryan Council of Ministers with the Privacy Council of Britain and viewed it as a political body which formulated the policies of government. In the word of R.C. Manjumda, it is interesting to notice that how the executive machinery in the Indian constitution develops on parallel lines with that of England. As the great National Council of England gave rise to the permanent council, which subsequently divided into privy council, out of which the king selected his confidential ministers and formed the cabinet. So the Samiti of Vedic period gave place to the Mantri Prasad, out of which the king selected a few to form a close cabinet. On the other hand, A.L. Bashman maintains that the council was not a cabinet in the modern sense but an advisory body with a few corporate functions. The council purpose was primarily to advise the king and not to govern, but it was no mere rubber stamping body. For all authorities stress that councillors should speak freely and openly, and that the king should give the consideration to their advice. In fact, the council often exerted great powers. It might transact business in the king's absence, and the Ashokan's inscription shows that it might take minor decisions without consulting him. Ministry consisted of 7 or 8 members according to Manu. The actual number of ministers depends on the needs of situation in the state concerned. In big empires, there are several ministers. The Foreign Office itself had several ministers. A small cabinet was employed in order to ensure secrecy. There used to be a smaller cabinet of important ministers consisting of 3 to 4 members. In addition to this ministry, there was also a large body of advisors. Ministry ensured new policies, ensured successful working to remove any difficulties to supervise or direct the state policy regarding taxation and expenditure, to take measures for the proper education and training of the princes, to participate in the coordination and to direct the foreign policy. The status and pay of each succeeding minister was lower than that of preceding minister. It was the duty of Pradinidhi to represent the king when he was ill on an expedition. This duty must be delegated upon the crown prince when he had become old enough to resume the duties of his office. Thank you.